Why are all the married men coming to my house? Hello, everybody, and welcome to something new and different and a little exciting. Who am I kidding? This is a lot exciting. Welcome to the Llamas and Legends Legacy Challenge by Rashella. Now, I will have her playthrough and the rules to the challenge linked in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. But this is a D&D based legacy challenge. Now, I've been planning to do a legacy challenge on the channel for a little while now. I hadn't decided which one I was going to do. I was leaning toward the pack legacy, but I also at the time didn't have a lot of the packs. I only recently got werewolves like yesterday for the spring sale. And I am missing so many kits. I don't know, some of the kits I'm kind of thinking I'll skip on. There are others that I'm kind of like, I'll look at it and be like, oh, I'm not sure I want it. And then I'll see like one piece of furniture or one piece of clothing and be like, okay, now I need to get it. I just also got the Storybook Nursery kit, which I think will be super cute for, you know, when the Sims have kids in this game, in this legacy. But we're going to jump right into the rules. I'm going to read a little bit here. I'm going to try not to read everything because Rashella does go over everything in like the beginning of her video. So, greetings, traveler, and welcome to the Llamas and Legends Legacy Challenge. This challenge features a unique blend of The Sims 4 and the beloved tabletop role-playing game known as Dungeons and Dragons. You will craft your tale by rolling dice and completing challenging quests every generation as you choose your own adventure. I created this challenge because I wanted to pay homage to D&D and Critical Role, which got me through a tough time in my life. Girl, same. I think CR is like, I don't know, CR. I think Critical Role is like everybody's go-to comfort show, especially in like the D&D community. There are a few references here and there that fans, hardcore and casual, might pick up on. I hope you enjoy playing in a fresh, new, exciting way that you might not have attempted in the past. I want this challenge to force you out of your comfort zone and usual gameplay patterns, but most importantly, to have fun and follow your heart fire. I love this. I love this so much. So the way this is going to work is each generation is based on a different class and has two like subclasses or story paths that you can choose. As you go through, you've got quests and different like challenges you have to complete before you can move on. I'm gonna get into a little bit of how I usually play legacies, which is, I don't know if some people would consider cheating. I don't know. I definitely play them differently than most people do. But we are going to go into it with, you know, this is just for fun. I'm not going into this like, oh, I have to do this the way everybody does their legacy challenges. Because like some of the old rules were like, you have to start on a 64 by 64 lot and your family can never leave that lot, which I think is unrealistic, even for like a legacy challenge, because people move all the time. And I also hate playing on giant lots. Like the biggest I'll play on usually is like 40 by 30. I mean, if I'm running a farm, maybe something bigger because then the house is not huge, but I don't particularly like really big lots. Anyway, so why don't we go into meeting our very first sim, the founder of our legacy? Meet Revelry. So Revelry is a tiefling. I absolutely love tieflings in D&D. I have a lot of them that I have played. Tieflings are just a really fun race because you can be so creative with the way that they look. Now she's pretty simple. I gave her, you know, purple skin, and the one thing I love is her eyes because they kind of look like the night sky, which is something I actually did with one of my characters that her name is a reference to. So Revelry's name, so first of all, as a tiefling, there's two ways that you can name a tiefling. There's multiple ways you can name a tiefling, but specifically from the player's handbook, there's just regular names or infernal names, depending on, you know, which parent raised you, because there's two ways that you can become a tiefling. You can be born from tiefling parents, or you could be the result of a demonic or a deal with a devil. or having been touched by infernal energies. So Revelry is a virtue name, which is one of the ways that tieflings get their names, where they take their name from something that they feel they embody. So like Jester in Critical Role, her name is very much a virtue name. I love Jester. Jester is one of my favorite characters. You will probably see me put references to Critical Role in here somewhere. I don't think I didn't for this first generation, but I probably will as things go on, because I'll be making more quote-unquote NPC sims to move into the town. So Revelry, obviously her name is a virtue name, but the name Revelry comes from a NPC in my D&D world, that because I am a DM and I run a game on Mondays. Mona, Hana, Izumi, Mel, they all play in the game, and I'm sure you've seen Kraz in my stream chats. He's in the game too. And Revelry is from a group of privateers that the party has met a couple of times. And I've used the pirate crew, or they're legal pirates. I've used the pirate crew in a couple of different one-shots for the party to meet. And then Kotov, her last name, comes from the character I'm currently playing in Mona's game. Mithari Kotov is my tiefling warlock, soon to be multi-classing, depending on how her story goes. She's got a lot going on for her. Maybe I'll talk about her in my next like D&D DM and chill stream. We'll see. I haven't done one of those. I really should do another one of those, because those are so much fun. I love just talking about my D&D world. I know you guys are probably so done with me gushing about it, but I love it so much. So Revelry is very much going College of Vocals, which is the musician subclass, and she's got a very rock feel. I added the tattoo to her arm. It's CC. I gave her the tattoo before Businesses and Hobbies came out, because I made her before Businesses and Hobbies came out, but I decided I wanted to wait until after it came out to play, because one of the quests for this particular generation is, depending on which side you play, is either to open a museum with all your artwork or open a lounge that you perform in. So for her, I wanted her to be able to live above what I'm essentially going to make into a tavern. But she's got a couple, I love her outfits. It's very, I downloaded so much CC. It's very goth and rocker core. It's the stuff I wish then this is just kind of more casual. But this is definitely the stuff I wish I could have worn when I was younger. My parents would never let me dress like this. And then Red seems to be, she's got a very Mithari vibe in that purple skin, and red seems to be her color. I gave her a couple different formal outfits, one a little shorter for like cocktail dresses and stuff like that. Yeah, red essentially became her color as I was going through dressing and picking her outfits. I actually really like this top. I never play with it normally, but I really do like this top. And so she let me show you the neighborhood, because I actually ended up gutting Henford on Bagley and moving in a bunch of different NPCs. So people living in the town. So we have the Terrace family, and the way that I picture the Terrace family is they are the land barons. They own the area. The farmers and everybody pay tithes or taxes to them for being able to live and work the land in this area. And they have horses. They specifically breed racing horses. And so this family is made up of the mother, her son, who is the current baron, his wife, their child, and his brother, and then their 3 horses. And then we have, and this is one of the things I love about For Rent, is I moved them into this really big estate that I got off. I found it on YouTube, and I can't remember who made it. It was a really, really big video too. But I ended up kind of sectioning off like a rental unit. Oh god. I don't know why it's doing that. So there's a whole nother household, which is like the family's staff of servants. Like there's a butler, a head housemaid, a cook, and then the ladies' maids and a valet. And then I wanted the family to also have dogs, so I included the dogs with the staff. And then there's a bunch of, I think this was made by Simmery, but I have this old, like, I have this old church for a wedding venue. I don't know if I'm going to have my founder actually get married here, because my plan had been to have her, once she gets her tavern going, get married in there and be able to hold the reception there. So we'll see what happens. We have another house of rental units with a bunch of small families. We have the owner, and then we have, and I tried to do a mix of different races. So we've got half elves and elves and tieflings, and we've got a Laguz. Some of you are familiar with my Laguz race. And then we've got a bunch of other people. Now this family, I have to say, there's a story behind the Barbera family. Thomas Barbera is one of the player characters in my Monday game, played by Kraz. So I decided I wanted to reference his family by giving him an uncle and cousins, because I actually think I might later on make this an actual village in my D&D world, which I think would be a nice little callback, because I do absolutely love these characters, and I can take pictures and actually put them in my game. And then this is the village bakery. I literally named it the village bakery, run by the Cinderfin family. And Nymphea, who was a Laguz adopted by this tiefling and orc couple, is hopefully going to be Revelry's best friend. I actually had Mona help me make her and her family, and I will probably do that every generation, is have Mona make the best friend of the heir, because I think that's just so cute. Especially if it's like Revelry and Nymphea get married and then their kids end up being best friends, because I think that'd be so cute. But I think that's enough setup for right now. So I didn't do a lot of like relationship building between the NPCs. I'm just gonna kind of let that happen naturally. But I did go into this with a couple things in mind. Now, the Baron, Darian, where is he? He's not actually home, but Darian has Marcus, his son, with Amelia, right? Here's the thing. He has another kid. Now, the Dowson family is the biggest family out of all of the farming houses, and they own a vineyard. And recently, Renestrae came home. Sorry, not Renestrae. Rose came home with little baby Voltha. Voltha is Darian's baby. There's a little bit of drama there, because I couldn't resist. We'll see how that plays out in the world. But I think at this point, we can get started. Let's get into the game. Okay, we are in, and we are at Revelry's house. So this is the dice set that I'm using for Revelry. It's a nice little bard dice set that I got from a local group called Viridian Gaming. And their name might sound familiar because they do the condition rings that Matt uses on Critical Role, or he used to use on Critical Role, at least for campaign 1. I don't know if he changed for the later campaigns, but I actually have those condition rings as well. But we are going to roll our first die, and we are going to roll our random trait that we can get. So let's see what we get. This is a d20, right? Okay, so we are getting We rolled that is a 17. So let's see on the list what a 17 is. So for 17, she gets, ooh, okay, this is going to go great for what I wanted to do. So she gets Super Green Thumb. Okay, so Super Green Thumb is for growing crops, right? Well, with Horse Ranch, we got nectar making. And I thought because she's going to be running a lounge tavern thing, it'd be really cool if they had their own nectar for sale, like a house wine. I know nothing about alcohol. I can't drink anymore. I was a very I would say unenthusiastic, but I wasn't a very exciting drinker. I drank maybe a couple specific types of mixed drinks, and that was about it. I mean, I would drink fucking watermelon pucker straight instead of mixing it with stuff. But we're gonna give her that real quick. And we're just gonna... I have MC Command Center, so I should be able to, like, cheat myself the number of satisfaction points that I need for that. So we're just gonna increase points, satisfaction points, and I think I'm not gonna give myself more than what I need. I think I need 4,000 for that, so we're gonna just give ourselves 4,000 satisfaction points. And we're gonna go... I know with UI cheats you just have to click on it to get it. I forgot to download it before I started. I'll probably download it for next time though. So let's see. Super Green Thumb. There it is. All right. So that's the first thing we need, which is gonna be great for when we start making our own nectar. Let's see what else. So the next thing we need to do is we get to roll some starting stats for some of the skills of our choice. Now, for the Bard, I believe specifically, we're going to get into that other stuff in a second. Specifically, we need to get our comedy, piano, and dancing skills up. But I also want her to do singing. And I feel like if we do her instrument, singing as a bonus, and then either comedy or dancing, that'd be a great place to start. And I think I might do dancing because I feel like comedy is easier to raise. I think dancing's also pretty easy to raise, but I don't know. I feel like we're gonna be using comedy more. So we're gonna be rolling 3d4, or at least 1d4 3 times for this. So let me grab my phone and we will record these rolls. I wasn't recording that, so this is hard to do. I wasn't recording that one with my phone roll, so I'm gonna roll again. I didn't even see what that was. Okay, so we've got a 2. So we are going to put 2, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do all these at the end. I'm just gonna make a note of where I'm putting them. So we're gonna do... Well, let's wait until we see what we roll. So we've got a 2. We've got... I would barely count that roll. We've got a 3, it's the same number. And we've got a 3. Okay, so we've got 2 3s and a 2. So let's go in and we're gonna put one of those 3s into singing, I think. We're gonna put one of those 3s into... I can't remember if I decided I wanted to do guitar. I think I'm doing guitar because I think did I give her a guitar? I might not have given her a guitar. I did not give her a guitar. Well, we're gonna buy a guitar. But I think I made her like guitar, and that guitar was what I was going to do with her. Oh, it would help if I switched back to the Sims screen. There we go. Yes, guitar. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 in guitar, 3 in singing, and then we're gonna do... She likes dancing, so I feel like that's gonna be easier to build, and we're gonna do 2 in comedy. So let me go to her skills. Cheat sim info, cheat skills. Set skills to level. So we're gonna... Okay, so here's comedy. So we're gonna set that to 2. And then we're gonna set guitar. I feel like singing is so hard to raise. Or at least at first, if you don't have a microphone. And singing. And we're gonna make those both 3. Okay. So the other thing I want, let me buy her a guitar real quick. She's only got 1,000 simoleons to start with. She has 1,000 in savings. Now I have the SN Bank mod, and I don't know if that would be considered cheating when it comes to the funds for the tavern, because the way that I made her a savings account specifically for saving funds for the tavern. But because it's a savings account, you get interest every week on what's in the account, which, I mean, she's only got 1,000 simoleons in there, so it shouldn't be a huge amount of interest at first. This might take a minute to load because I have so much CC. So I feel like it might take a bit. I don't know. Well, I think it's a good way to save. It's realistic. That's why I kind of like it. So yeah, you can see all the stuff that I recently bought. But we are going to go into activities and skills, and we are going to get her a guitar, and I kind of want to get her the new guitar. I don't know if we can, yes, we can. Okay, I really like this guitar. I think it's actually really nice looking. So we're going to get it in the black swatch, and I'm just going to put it next to her bookcase. Oh, that took so much money. I didn't realize how expensive that was. Well, can't back out now. But we're going to at least get through a day or two. It's 4 p.m. on a Sunday, because a lot of my time spent in this game was setting up the NPCs and getting, like, their careers and stuff set up. So it's later in the day than you would usually start one of these games. One of the other things with legacy challenges that I do is I turn aging off. And I guess that could be considered cheating, because then I don't have a time limit before she ages. But I like doing these at my own pace. I don't like being rushed to, like, finish something before she's an elder or finish something before she dies. And this lets me do things at my pace. And I'm sorry if people who do legacy challenges are like, you're not supposed to do things that way. Well, you know what? It's my legacy challenge. This is the way that I'm doing it. So, all right. So the other thing that I want to go over before we get started is what happens on Thursdays. On Thursdays, we have to roll the dice. Now, essentially, we roll the d20, and whatever we get on this chart happens. And it could be as bad as losing half of our simoleons, or as good as getting the motherlode cheat and getting a lot of money, which would be great for putting away specifically for the tavern and adding to our savings. But we're gonna see how things go. So as a bard, the first thing I have to do is I have to get her to join the music career, and I do have to get her to become a 5-star celebrity. And I know the fame system's a little borked, so if we have to cheat that a little bit, I'm going to allow myself to, because I've seen a lot of people saying that I don't play with fame very often. I did when the pack first came out, but I don't really play with fame very often. So we're gonna see. If I have to fudge it, I will. But we do want to reach the top of the musician career. So we're gonna have her real quick. Back to the game. We're gonna have her join the musician career. I have a lot of storytelling career packs that don't require a lot of work, which I did for a lot of... Oh my god, go away. I don't want to do you. Go away. I do need to turn Wants and Fears back on, I just realized, because I turn them off when I play on my own, but I know we need them for this, so... In fact, I'm going to actually look at some of her wants right now, or not. So we're gonna go to entertainer. All right, she works. There's a Mona! Mona! We haven't met Nymphea yet! Go away! Get out of my game! But we desperately need simoleons. So I think, especially because we want to make nectar, we should start looking for stuff we can grow. Which, considering it's the first day in the world, we might not be able to, because I know plants take a little bit of time. So we're gonna see what we can do. She is hungry though, so I might get her some food. She also needs to make some friends. But she has to practice her music for work. So let's get her something to eat. And she goes in at 9 a.m. So she's gonna need to be up early. But let's get her something to eat real quick. So let's see. What should we have for dinner? Let's make some grilled cheese. I really think she's so cute though. There is a guy that I made as an NPC. He works as staff for the Terrace family, and I made him like mixology because I like the idea of her partner. And I know Rashella did this too. I like the idea of her partner being a bartender and like running the business side of things. I think that'd be so cute. I don't know how they're gonna get on though. We're gonna have to see. I tried to randomize traits for the NPCs as much as I could because I didn't want to go into this and be like, oh, you're going to be her husband. I want to see how it plays out. But I love her little house. It's very, you know, for someone who has a rock aesthetic, it's very pastel. I feel like I want to say she doesn't know Nymphea yet, I don't think. No, she doesn't. But Nymphea's supposed to be her best friend, so I'm gonna say Nymphea did it. Maybe we'll go over and visit Nymphea's family. Go to her bakery. They have a garden, but I don't think they have any plants in it. I don't think I put any plants in it. Clean up after yourself. Don't leave the plate in the middle of the table. Also, I have a couple things in here from Lil Simsy's gamer pack, and oh my god, it's so cute. I love these so much. Oh god, is that the welcome wagon? Who are you? You're actually... I think you're married. I'm pretty sure you're married, but you're very cute. I'm pretty sure I made you. Oh, okay, we're gonna talk to... I think the welcome wagon already came while I was making the house or setting some things up, and I think I made them go away. No, I don't think I did, because if I had, I would have had the negative relationships. Okay. Alright. Let's stop talking to Bjorn and Jacques. And let's see, I could go here and see if I could buy some... Maybe get like apples or grapes. It is summer. I don't know if they'll grow in summer. Would you stop talking to them and do what I asked? What grows in summer that we can... Okay, I'm gonna... These are... I don't have a lot of simoleons. We're gonna buy a couple apples. I don't know... I wish if I hovered over it here, it would tell me what time of year it grows in. But we're gonna grab some grapes. Grapes are expensive! Alright, we're gonna start with apples. I don't know what else grows in summer. I'll have to look. But we're gonna... I think apples are a fall fruit. They are. Alright, we're gonna just hold on to these. But we are gonna use them to start to make apple wine. But I guess if we don't have the money to really get anything else, we're gonna have to wait until there's been time for plants to grow. You know what I really should have put down? I really should have put down like a community garden. Oh, you know what I should do? Because I realize I do this for myself when I play on my own, is I turn the music off. So I'm probably gonna turn the music on a little bit so that it's there in the background. Not that it'd be in the background right now, but I realize how quiet it is behind me. I know I'm gonna add music in post, but right now while I'm recording, I'm like, oh my god. But I want to get through at least one day with you guys before we cut this episode. I know this episode's been a lot of setup, so I do want to get a little bit of gameplay. I figure we can get through a couple days. I want to send her to work for the first time, but I think for now, we're gonna have her come and we're gonna have her practice. And hopefully just get a little bit of practice in before she has work tomorrow. I should have her practice singing and guitar at the same time. That'll raise both those skills. But she's so cute though. I absolutely love her, the way she came out. Now I admit I'm not great at making like Sims and Kaz. I will download a base Sim off the gallery and like add their hair and makeup and stuff. I'm not good at making good looking Sims. Case in point, my very old I make the members of Hanayori Utah video. Oh, you're completed, and you really should go to bed. You are tired and you have work in the morning. So why don't you go to the bathroom and then you can go to bed. Why is it clicking on it like there's a light there? That is a bed. What is happening? Why is it treating the bed like it's not? That's so weird. It's literally treating the bed like it's a lamp. Okay, I'm gonna replace this with a different bed because I don't know what's going on here. I'm just gonna go see if I can find a different bed to use. Even if I have to use something like super cheap. How much do I have? 400? Okay, we're just gonna grab this one, I guess. There we go. That was weird. That was really weird. I am super happy with this legacy challenge though. Like, I read ahead to the next generation, which is the Warlock generation, and I am so excited for that. I played with Life and Death a little bit, and I really think I am gonna go for the Grim Reaper Warlock. So I just love the idea of making her super like dark academia goth compared to her mom who's like rocker goth. I feel like this entire family is just gonna end up being a goth family. Ha 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 ha. Alright, why don't you make some breakfast because we've got time. We'll make some eggs and toast. Oh, one of the things I do have to do with, and maybe we'll wait till we get a little higher in the career path. We're not going to college. We're not going to university right now. Is I have to set up so that part of her paycheck goes into her savings. And I'm probably not going to do a lot. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna set that up now. And I'm only going to make it like 20%. I do really like the SM Bank mod though. I think this is great. So we're going to direct deposit. Let's do 10%. And we can raise this later, but I think that's a good starting point to put into her savings because we are going to need money for food and stuff. What's her schedule like though? So she's off on Saturdays and Sundays. And she doesn't need much to get a promotion right now. So we'll have to see where that goes and how quickly she rises in her career. I think because we made her guitar and singing skills pretty high, that at least to start, it's gonna work pretty well. So let's see how that goes. She's so cute though. I love that you can see her chest tattoo kind of peeking out from under her shirt. I definitely think like we're gonna get 2 generations in that are gonna have the like. The other option I like with the warlock is because the other side of it is to be where Father Winter is the patron, the warlock patron, which I think is hilarious of an idea because he could technically be considered an archfey. You really need to get your social up. Oh my god, we need to meet people so that you have friends. After you get off work, you're going over to Nymphaea's. We can buy food there. What are you doing? Oh, you're looking at the picture. Okay, you have a couple hours before work. So why don't we get your... We can have you play and sing. So why don't you just kind of work on your singing and your guitar? God, she sounds like me when I'm trying to learn a song. She's so cute though. I keep saying that. She is really cute though. So I think we're gonna get to the end of this day. And then we're gonna stop this video. Because I think this video is gonna end up being a little bit long. Who are you? Giles. Oh, you're okay. You own the Dowson farm. You are also married. Why do I keep finding the married men? Why don't you... Well, I don't want to force you to get... You know what? You've got an hour and a half. We could go over and meet Nymphaea. You know what? Let's do it. Let's... No, I'd rather be home when you go... Oh god, I forgot about the sudden music. No, why don't... You're gonna... I want you to be home when you go to work because it's just easier, but I feel like... We need to make you a friend. You need to talk to somebody. Is anybody in the center of town right now? Doesn't look like it. Who are you? Rahul Chopra. You're a teenager. I mean, we can introduce ourselves to Giles. We can be friends with the Dawson family. Dawson? Let's just go make friends. We're new to town. What is my camera set to? Okay. We're new to town. We need friends. Hi, I just moved here. I'm not gonna do that. I know there are simmers that do that. I just feel awkward, you know, talking for my sim. Well, they seem to be getting along. At least we're getting her social up. Sure, let's show off our tattoos. How else are we gonna make friends except by showing off? Oh, he seems to like them. Oh god. Hello, Agatha Crumplebottom. Technically, you don't live in this neighborhood anymore because I kicked you out. Is that? Oh, yeah, you're also married. Why are all the married men coming to my house? I don't like where this is going. Hi, bye. The guy that I want her to meet is not anywhere nearby. Hopefully we'll get to find him soon. You've got to go to work. Your social not too bad right now. I admit I cheat a lot when I play on my own, so the absolute need to cheat all of her needs up before going to work. I think she'll be fine. I think her needs are up high enough. I've never seen an episode of Residency of the Heart. They all look the same to me. Is that like Grey's Anatomy? Okay, Revelry's off to work. Let's see how things go. Oh god! Hello from the other side. You don't know me, so this might sound weird, but you're going to inherit from me, kid. Why, you might ask? Let's just say it's better for both of us if you don't ask questions. The money needs to go somewhere, and quick. And I heard through the grapevine that you were a good, upstanding Sim. So you're about to inherit a chunk of my hard-earned simoleons. Listen, buddy, part of life is planning for your death. You should write up a will when you're... okay, this is the... But we are going to get free money, and we're going to put that straight into savings. So we're going to say yes, and that's going to give us 4,000 simoleons that I am going to put right into... The music's going to get loud in a second. We're going to put in all 4,000, and it's going right into savings. Okay. The music gets a little annoying with this mod, but honestly, I do really like this mod. So once she gets home, we're gonna head over and see if we can meet Nymphea and her family. Tosk! Speaking of Nympheia's family, hello. Oh yeah! Mona! Your character's dad is trying to sleep with me. He's not even that wealthy. No. We're not sleeping with, no. Nymphea, come get your father. Please. Alright. We are back. And let's change out of our work clothes. We might want to change our work uniform at some point. But let's change our work uniform into something a little more comfortable after a hard day's work. And let's go visit Nymphea, the village bakery. Now, do we want to go to the business or do we want to go visit the family? I think we want to go to the business. Because we can buy some food while we're there and have like something for dinner. If they have anything that's not just cupcakes and stuff. I think they might just have cupcakes. I know I got like something off the gallery with a bunch of sweets and just kind of threw them in the... Okay. Well, there is Tosk, and there is Solace, and we're gonna introduce ourselves because we want to be friends with Nymphea's parents. But also, is Nymphea here? I don't know if Nymphea is here. Why is there a... I'm gonna have to fix that. I don't know how the fucking mailbox ended up in the middle of the house. There's a lot of people here. Oh, Nympheia's upstairs. I can't go upstairs. I don't think I can. Currently she's cooking. Let's see if we can go be friends with her. We might not be able to. I don't know. She might have to come downstairs. Who's that? Who are you? I don't know. It's not telling me. Wait, did it stop? No, I want to be friends with you. Oh, that's Kiyoshi Ito. Okay. Nymphea, come talk to me, please. I want to be friends with my... Okay, for some reason she won't go through the door. I hope she's not stuck. Alright, we're gonna have to... But we are definitely going to go... Can we afford... Yeah, we can afford to go in. I don't see any of the food that I put in the things. Maybe it's because I'm not playing. as them. And there's nobody working the counter. This is what I get for doing. Okay, I might have to send her home because I can't get her to. I don't think she can go up here. Can she? No, she can't because we're not here visiting the family. Okay, let's change things around and let's see if we can go here but visit the family. No, I'd have to go home and do it. All right, we're gonna just we're hungry though and stuff, so we should probably eat and stuff. We'll meet Nymphea next time. Well, we'll meet Nymphea next time, but for now we really need food and a shower. Alright, let's have... let's have a salad, sure. There's a lot of food in this game, and just by glancing I don't always know what something is, especially the stuff from like cultures I'm not familiar with. Or like not super familiar with. Too early, my dude. Wait till the next one. Tusk! I'm not going to the moon revelry with you. We are trying to eat and then we desperately need a shower. What do we need for our... Okay, so we need a lot of practicing and listening to music. Where are you going? Don't go to bed yet. You need to clean up after yourself and you need a shower. Alright guys, we are going to send her to bed, and I think that is where we are going to end this first episode. I know it was a lot of setup and it wasn't super exciting, but we're going to be getting into the meat and potatoes of it all in the next episode. I hope in the next episode we get to the first, like, roll the dice, but we'll have to see. But in the meantime, matane!